Welcome to the Holy Fire Hangout. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Will Mitchell. I'm a Reiki Master Teacher in Austin, Texas, and I specialize in Usui Holy Fire Reiki. Today in the room we have Carolina, Emmy, Harris, Makiko, Michelle, Omran, Shiny Sean, Val, Wendy, and welcome to all you viewers on YouTube. Today's format, greetings and introductions, we took care of that. We'll go over an overview of Reiki, the Reiki ideals, and the Holy Fire. We'll have an open discussion on breath. And before we do a meditation, it's like it's going to be a combination meditation, combination just breathing exercises. I don't know when we're going to actually start the meditation. Spirit hasn't told me when that was. But they've showed me several breath techniques that we're going to go over. And so Reiki. Reiki is a Japanese relaxation technique that also promotes healing. It's made up of the two Japanese words, rei and ki, where rei means divine and ki means energy. It's also the universal life force energy. When Mikao Usui rediscovered Reiki in the 1920s, he gave us the Reiki ideals. He called it the secret art of inviting happiness, the miraculous medicine for all diseases. Just for today, do not anger, do not worry, and be filled with gratitude. Devote yourself to your work and be kind to people. Hey, Makiko, I just got an idea. Do you know the Reiki ideals in Japanese? Would you like to say them?
Better than you just said?
Yes.
Well, there's maybe I could add to that.
Okay.
It may not something you ask for. There's the saying about Reiki that often not misunderstood, but it's forgotten to be mentioned, is that Reiki is actually pretty interesting because you could say ray as a ray, the sun ray in English. And key is like a key to open a door. It's actually connect the small universe to the bigger universe. So it's a key to connect to bigger universe.
Yes.
Yes. So
Makiko,
depending on, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to introduce you as another Reiki master.
Thank you.
And Michelle is a Reiki master teacher. So we're getting popular. And I believe, Val, are you a Reiki master yet? Did you get your attunement yet? No. Okay. She's close. She's got half the class in, right?
And I actually only had my very first attunement, I guess, is that what you would call the first step?
Yeah.
And I'm also extremely interested in learning Galactic Reiki, as I understand that's something we're also all learning on other levels.
Yes. Yes. Nice. So with the Holy Fire is that burning in your heart. It's your connection to your highest level of excitement. It flows in, through, and around all of creation. It binds all that is. It's powerful, natural, gentle, as well as provides purification, healing, empowerment, and guidance. From my very first experience with the Holy Fire, I've called it home. It's just like I wanted to live this way 24/7, 365. The Holy Fire comes from the highest level of consciousness, and I found that it's a direct connect to source energy. It has no ego, and it always respects free will. I found that it's unlimited. If you can think it, the Holy Fire can do it. It's as simple as that. Now, breath. So, would anyone like to share their ideas on breath? Like, how important is breath?
Ooh, it is our, and I love that, by the way. Thank you, Makiko, for that beautiful key to life, because that is really what the breath is as well. It is the key to life, and it's the key to our connection to our higher understanding. Because every channeler, everyone will tell you it begins with the breath. And I love the synchronicities, Will, because I have to tell you that just today I was just discussing with somebody the Bashar video, or the recent event that he had called Going Gamma. And within that, I invite everybody who is interested to check it out, buy it, whatever. But the reason is because he was explaining about breathing and the way he has taught Daryl to breathe in order to sustain that constant airflow, that constant oxygen flow where you really never, it's almost as if you never get tired and you're always taking in that breath. And the idea was to be able to breathe in, but then continue the breath as if you're breathing through your nose, but you're still breathing through the back of your throat the whole time. So it's difficult to explain it without almost showing, but it's a breathing in, and then you're almost like,
Yes.
You're breathing through the back of your throat as if you're, go ahead, Will.
In yoga, that's called the Ujjayi breath.
I was not aware of that. Okay.
You breathe in through the nose and then out through the nose, but you kind of tilt your head and send it through the back of your throat.
Yes, it's almost like a Darth Vader kind of a sound where you're literally taking that breath and you're bringing it through the back of your throat. And you can learn to do this with keeping your mouth closed, where you're almost continuously that breath, but you're never really actually having to breathe in or out. It's almost like a continuous flow of energy.
It is, absolutely. So Michelle made a really good point about, do you want to unmute and say it yourself, Michelle? About breathing.
Do I want to be sarcastic on the air? No.
It's called the breath of life for a reason, because it is life. It is life. If
you want to live, breathing is pretty important.
When we breathe in, we take in the oxygen, and our body, our lungs, takes that oxygen and puts it out to our cells. And when they use it up, they send back the carbon dioxide, and it goes back to our lungs, and we breathe it out. And Wendy, do you want to jump in at this point? Since you said it, or they said it in your video?
Wait, which part though?
The part where this is synchronicity with source. What you breathe in, source. What you breathe out is what source.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you. You're absolutely right. I said it in my own video. That's what they told me. They said, how did I even say it? When you breathe, you breathe what source breathes, and source breathes what you breathe.
Yes.
That's what they told me.
Yes.
You share the same breath, because it's just like a tree. The tree breathes in our carbon dioxide, and then we, in turn, it gives us oxygen, and it's a continuous cycle. Without one, there would not be the other.
Exactly. Exactly.
We are breathing life into each other.
Absolutely.
Yes,
well
I
said.
love that. Beautiful. And I have to say, there are people who can see colors in sound, and even I had a friend tell me once recently that she could see colors coming out of my mouth during galactic languages. So she said she's seeing the color of breath.
Awesome. Is it like rainbows and unicorns?
So she says.
I I gotta agree with that. I begin to see the color from the sensation. It was awesome. There's something definitely happening.
Yes. Yes,
Oh, and I
absolutely.
wasn't taking any strange things. Just want to mention.
Good to know. Good to
I
know.
don't think anybody thought that.
Okay, just want to make sure.
You're so cute.
You never know what people think, so I'm gonna stop talking now.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Oh,
I guess I would say that for me, sitting in my body with my breath has been the most profound thing I've ever done for myself. Life-changing thing.
how
Um,
so?
mm, it's the allowing of uncomfortable and noticing what it feels like in your body, but just using your breath. I mean, even you could even, I guess I would even equate my chanting with breath too, because there's breath involved in that, or my toning. Um, I mean, we're always breathing. If we weren't, we wouldn't be alive. So, but why it has been important is because it helps my ego, my mind, disengage from um, attachments to stories or events and notice what it feels like in my body as a neutral feeling, like a hot or something I can describe, a color, a texture, a density, a heat, a heaviness or lightness. And that's neutral. It's neither good nor bad, and it's not, there's no judgment around that other than maybe some discomfort. So that's why it's been really big for me.
Awesome. Awesome. It's breathing is the foundation of life. It's the foundation of yoga. From one of my first yoga classes, the teacher said that if, as long as you're breathing, you're doing yoga. And it doesn't matter if you just stay there in the one asana, the one body position, and you just breathe during the whole class, you're doing yoga. And even if you just sit there in child's pose and you breathe, you're doing yoga. Breath is important to athletes. Breath is important to stress management.
It's also the natural rhythm, like the natural rhythm of the breath. Once you get yourself, like say, like you were just saying, like whenever I do yoga and I get in child's pose, that is like a luxury feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
And such a softness, and I don't know, it's very soothing.
It's comforting. Yes,
And
very,
it
very
is.
soothing.
And so what we can notice when we take the time to breathe is that it is a very comforting, healing process. It soothes the soul. There's a lot of soothing and love in all of that,
Yes,
in my experience.
very, very soothing. Even just saying, visualizing child's pose and breathing is comforting. Just feeling it, that feeling that it gives you. And I like there was something you just said that I wanted to comment on. I guess it sort of escaped me with the comfort of that vision.
It'll come to you. So with breath, so maybe it's time to do a couple of breathing exercises. and we'll take into account all that everyone's said here. So the first thing I'd like to ask, since there's so many Reiki people here, that for this particular exercise, I'd ask you to stop sending Reiki at this point. What I would like is for people to understand their own breath. So if you have any other energy healing or personal energy that's going on, we'll just roll it back, we'll turn it off, and we'll concentrate on the breath, and we'll just start breathing. And we'll see the power of the breath with our intention together. So get comfortable. And you can do it with your eyes open, you can do it with your eyes closed, whatever feels comfortable for you. I'm going to take a sip of water here because water is life. So let's take a deep breath in. Let's all let out an audible sigh. Oh, that felt good. Let's do that again. Breathe in. Let's let out an audible sigh. Just feel all the release that just happened with that. Nice. So with intent, we're going to just again focus on our breath. We're going to do a regular breathing and a deep inhale and exhale. I'm going to breathe out through my mouth because it's easier to hear. Breathe in. And breathe out. And we'll try to lengthen our breath here. Breathe in. And breathe out. Go with your flow. Go with what feels natural for you. If my breath is too fast for you or too slow for you, go at your own pace. Try to find your rhythm. Try to make your breath deep. And when you exhale, relax. And kind of focus on, if you close your eyes, focus on your heart center. And exhale. Allow your awareness to focus on your breath. Allow your awareness to focus on your heart center. Notice how everything else just falls away. Okay, so they're reminding me here. They keep reminding me. I haven't said it yet. So what I'd like you to do, a little exercise. In your mind's eye, create a little box with your own personal energy. Put a little box and put a little top on it. It's a hinge box, okay? Make it as big as you think you need it to be. What I would like you to do is take all your problems and all your worries and put it inside the box. You created this box. All your problems and worries will be safe for you when this exercise is over. They'll be there for you. We can go back to them. We can have them again. And we'll take our personal energy, whatever it is, I don't care what your problem is, or expectations. Do you got laundry to do? Do you got to go shopping? Whatever those things are, let's just put them in the box. And we'll close the box and we'll push it off to the side. And then we'll come back to that at the end of the hangout. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Now, on your next exhale, I'd like you to focus your breath, your out, and try to breathe out through your entire body. And now breathe in through every single one of your cells. And out through all of your cells. Breathe in. And out. I'd like to change your awareness at this point. Let's focus on your feet and your connection to Gaia. When we breathe in through the bottoms of your feet, all the way up to your heart center, and then fill up all your lungs with Gaia's energy. And when you breathe out all that energy back to Gaia. Let's try that. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Notice how that feels different. Breathing in. And breathe out. Now let's check in with our bodies. Are there any pains that you have? Are there any muscles that are sore? Let's breathe through any of your sore muscles at this point. I just got done with the run, so my glutes are a little tingly, so I'm going to breathe through my glutes here. All the cells in my glutes are allowing energy to come in and out. Now let's change our awareness to our heart chakra, to our heart centers. Let's breathe in and out through our heart chakra. Breathing in. And breathing out. Notice how that feels. And if you can use your Ujjayi breath, that's where you're breathing out through the back of your throat, through your nose. Breathing in and breathing out. So what I did was I opened up the back of my throat and my lung opening straight through my nose as wide as it could be, and then letting it flow out as fast as it could. And if there's a little growl that happens, there's a little growl. That means you're doing it right. If you can't get it, just keep your awareness on your heart center and breathe through that. Now I'd like us all to unmute a little bit and share your experiences with breathing through your feet, lengthening your breath, how your awareness changed. How was it different when you were breathing through different body parts that might have been sore, or through your heart center? Does anyone wish to share?
Well,
Or,
yeah, I would like to do that. Do you hear me?
yes.
Yeah. Well, when I did it through my feet, I guess it was like I could feel energy coming through my body. And when we shifted to the heart center, it was like my heart, my chest area, it got lighter. And when you said breathe through the sore muscles and so on, I tried that too. It actually helped a little with my back. So yeah, it definitely helped me. It was very effective to breathe through it. It's like taking energy. It was like taking energy through my body to that area. Yeah, it got me
Nice.
totally relaxed overall my body. That's
Very
my
nice.
experience.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you for the good guiding. I think the
Someone else
others
wish
are.
to? I
I'd
think the
like to
others.
do that like much longer.
We will do much longer, trust me.
um,
Right now we're just going to play a little bit.
okay. So I guess I would say that I'm a very visual person, so when I'm breathing through my feet, I immediately see like the core of Gaia and her energy coming up through me and connecting into, well, you said to go up to the heart, so I left it at that this time. Um, but so that has a specific feeling. And then when I breathe out of my heart or into my heart and out of my heart, I get a beautiful green
Welcome today.
and an expansiveness, very similar to Orman's experience. What was the other one we did? Oh, the whole body. The whole body was interesting too because I had visuals in my head attached to that. Like I could see all the kind of like sparkly molecules around my body breathing. It was interesting. I'll stop there. That's good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was really tired. Now I'm not tired, so it works.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
would agree with that.
Oh my God, I need that. Can we do this again?
Oh, we're done. We just started to play. We're totally going to do that.
I need to not be tired.
We're going to do some breathing exercises, and if you set your intention to not be tired, you're not going to be tired. Anyone else?
Actually, yeah, sorry.
Go ahead. Omran,
No,
did you
yeah.
want to share some more?
Yeah, it was the part where we had to we were going to breathe through our cells in the body. I could just feel that all the cells in my body, they are just at peace now. They could feel it.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
just it.
Okay. Would anyone else like to share?
Yeah, I guess I can speak real quick here. I have like crystals inside that have been activated, and the breathing just lit them right up. So that was pretty fun. Thank you.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, they're smiling. They're totally smiling.
Thank you for reminding me to invite my crystals to the Hangout.
Yes.
It's interesting because I really thought that I had been doing a better job recently of paying more attention to my breathing and my body, and yet just doing that relatively, brief exercise made me really aware that I haven't been as aware of my breath as I thought I had been. and the energizing of it. It's interesting that you all said that, because yes, we forget, and especially when we're I thought of you a day because I especially when we're in crunches, when we have studying to do, tests to take, if you've got some sort of an athletic performance, we really take for granted the breath and how we can, in just a minute or two, actually rejuvenate and enliven ourselves, yet we reach for a cup of coffee or, some sort of, outside energetic source when we have everything we need right there in that breath. And to do that type of breathing where you're doing it through the back of your throat is about the most efficient oxygenation you can do for your body that there is. And in no time, in just seconds, you can actually almost feel like you get almost dizzy with the initial, that rush of oxygen to your cells. And so everybody's I'm feeling it too. I feel extremely like my cells just, walking it through the body like that. And like Michelle said too about the feeling that the roots first, and the grounding and the, feeling like you're breathing with the earth and then moving through your body and then expanding into your heart center. And it really reminds us we really do have what we need in our breath.
Absolutely.
I'd just like to say I was watching a show yesterday on Gaia TV, but it was about the breathing as well, and it was about accessing Akashic records and how with your breathing you can continue to raise up your vibration to the point where you can access your own Akashic records. So that was really interesting to me.
Ooh,
so
very
that's
good.
Kind of what I'm after.
I like that. That's a really good point, because it truly is the key to source energy. It is the key, like Makiko said earlier. It's the key to the records. It's the key to, yes, it's the key to everything. It's the key to communicating with everything, with Source.
Yes. And with my breath, with setting intention and with breathing, I can drop into a meditative state within seconds. Okay? It 5 to 10 seconds, 5 seconds we'll say. And I just sit there and just bam, and I'm in deep meditation, and I can be in a channeling state, moments after that, if that.
How? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah. It was just about how does it feel for you when you are in a meditative state? How is it for you? What is the feelings? Are you just at peace, or are you just, do you feel like your energy is one with your environment, or what is it?
I feel like I'm in my heart space.
Okay, so that's what a meditative state is for you, but it's not.
Like your
It's not
brain
for everyone, or
firing at you.
I wouldn't follow any definition of a meditative state, and it's going to be different for everybody in every now. For me, a meditative state it's a feeling, and it could be any one of these 87 different feelings that I could have. But there's a peace and knowing that comes along with it. And as long as I get that peace and the knowing, I'm a happy camper. And I call it a meditative state.
yeah, yes, good.
But
Yes, I agree, Will.
And at times I get the tingly cells all over the body. There's other times I just get like a fire in my heart center. Other times my crown chakra lights up and I'm just sitting there going, yes, and allowing, there they go right now. And the download starts coming. It's simply amazing.
It's a state of being, truly. It which you can take with you in, like you just said, Will, I can be in that state and be excited and channeling and or doing something else that has, you know, that where you would be excited, but you're still in that meditative state. Like you said,
Yes.
that knowing place, that, you know, you can be excited, you can be bicycling, you can be painting, you can be listening to music, you can be dancing, you can be sitting still. And that is the most fun. I've joked about that many times ever since, like, waking up. This is the most fun I've ever had in my life, sitting still. Because you can go anywhere.
I wonder if they say, you know, if you're in your bliss, you don't age. So when you're
You don't.
meditating, you must not age when you're meditating either.
And you don't, and you know, and if you want to get a little scientific, the gamma state, you know, that gamma wave state, the gamma state is, you really are in that place where you're not aging, you're in bliss, you're at a higher vibration, and it's measurable, it's scientifically measurable. They can measure your brain waves and tell when you're in the gamma wave state. So
that's when your days whip by and you don't know where they went.
Well, right, exactly. And as Bashar says, when you are in your bliss and you're in the now, and you know you're in the now, you don't age that time. So just like he says, when you're in that middle of a thing that you're doing and you love what you're doing and you realize, you know, 6 hours have passed and it feels like, you know, whatever, 30 minutes, you really have only aged that 30 minutes, that you feel that you are aware of that time passage. The rest of that time, you are simply not aging. That's why you see people who live in a blissful state, especially those who have devoted their complete lives to it. Say, for example, you look at the face of a monk or someone who devotes their life to meditation. That state of being is present in their skin, in their face, because when you're in a state of bliss, you don't age. And so your skin is wrinkle-free. You have a softness about you, a glowing. You know, it's just an aura.
Absolutely.
And you don't age during that time. You really don't age, and that also is a scientific thing that we don't understand yet, but we really don't.
I wonder if we can get some machines and bring them to hot springs and do some experiments during the retreat. Wow.
Geez, well, do you know anybody in the medical field with the equipment to measure brain waves? Is that an electroencephalogram? I don't know my medical terms, forgive me.
I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know,
that's what it's called.
Thank you. I thought you might know, my dear. An EEG for sure.
Maybe she has one, or can borrow one.
Yeah, I have it in my trunk.
See?
I drive around, you know, just measuring people's brain waves for fun.
Yes. Yes. Well, I would.
I was just going to say, so would I. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I said, well, wait a minute. That might be kind of fun.
Yes, and I want to do it on camera, too.
Oh, my God.
Guys.
Okay, are we ready for the second set of experiments here?
Yes.
Nice.
Yay.
Excellent. So, everyone get comfortable. And I would suggest that you close your eyes to help with some visualizations. I'm going to open mine and close mine every once in a while. It's kind of, I think it's a little freaky if I'm sitting there talking and my eyes are closed for all the YouTube viewers if they're not going to participate. But you can. You YouTube viewers, it doesn't matter when you watch. You can do these breathing exercises. Okay, so let's close our eyes, get comfortable, and breathe in And exhale. We're going to use the Ujjayi breath again through the back of our throat. Breathing in. A couple more breaths. And with each inhale, try to fill up all your lungs all the way. And I'd like you to focus your awareness on your heart center, your bright light in your heart center. Watch what your breath does to your bright light. Let's breathe in through all of our cells. And breathe out through all of our cells. Now I'm going to ask to breathe in and out through our hands for a second. Energy practitioners, pay attention to the energy flow that has changed through your hands. And we're not even activating our energy patterns. We're not activating our Reiki. We're not activating anything. This is breathing through the energy through our hands. That's it. If Now for 2 breaths, turn on your Reiki, turn on your energy. Let's turn it off again. Notice how that changed. Your breath in combination with Reiki or your energy work, whatever your energy work is, what did it do for you? Now let's breathe through our crown chakras. What is that doing for you? Now I'm going to switch up the pattern. I would like to breathe in through the crown chakra and then out through our feet. through our root chakra and through our feet, and then into our feet and through our root chakra, and then out through our crown chakra. And repeat that pattern. How is that pattern affecting you? How is that pattern enhancing your connection? You feel more connected? Do you feel more connected to Source? You feel more connected to Gaia? Is it working for you? Now I would like to ask you to fill up your entire now with your breath and your bright light. Choose whatever breathing pattern works for you. Fill up your now completely with your breath and with your bright light. For you exist. I am. Your now is completely encompassed with you, with your breath, with your essence. Now is all that exists. You exist. You have always existed. And you will always exist. I would like to switch up the breathing pattern. I would like you to breathe in through your third eye. And breathe out through your throat chakra. And in through your third eye. And out through your throat chakra. And when you breathe in, I would like you to say the mantra to yourself. I am. I am. And on your exhale, I am my truth. 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 Let's try to lengthen our breath. I am my truth. I am my truth. Now I would like all energy practitioners to turn on your energy. If it's Reiki, light it up. If it's Joe Ray, light it up. Whatever it is, turn it on. Turn it on for you. I am my truth. I am my truth. I am my truth. I am my truth. I am your party pooper. Let's bring our awareness back to the here and now. Slowly bring your awareness back to your eyes. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring that bliss back to the here and now with you. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Gratitude. That was epic. Absolutely epic. They are still here in force. Wendy?
Freaking awesome, Will.
Are they talking, Wendy? Are they talking?
Oh my God. You know, I'm just, all I can hear is, you have changed timelines. You have changed timelines. All of you, all I could hear for the last 5 minutes is, you are altering your timelines. You have all changed your timelines. All of you in this room are changing your timelines. This was a life-changing event. This was a life-changing event. This was a new way of understanding. A new way of understanding
yourself.
Your capabilities. A new way of understanding your connection to yourself and to the divine, and to be able to learn how to breathe in that manner and through. I literally started laughing almost out loud when I started breathing through my third eye, because it was like, what the heck?
What the heck?
Exactly. I was like, what was that?
You started kicking ass.
Okay. I'm like, how come I never thought of that before?
Uh-huh. And that with mantra. When the mantra started, how did that alter?
And that was so profound, that I am my truth. I mean, that just, whoa.
When I was saying that, my heart chakra there was just like movement there.
Yes. I mean, I was just like, wow. My whole body was just, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that. Like, and then my crown chakra is just like pulsing, like, you know, you like when you can feel like if you hurt yourself and and you feel your heartbeat, you hurt your thumb, and it's like you feel your heartbeat pulsing in your owie. It's like it was just like I feel my heartbeat like pumping out my head. I was just like, what the heck?
Mine was doing that in pink. All pink, really bright
yes.
pink.
And you know, as I was reminded of so many things, Will. I went through all these different pink, and it's so funny you said that, Val, because they were reminding me of a download about pink and the
Because we have a
combination.
pink crystal in our heart.
Yes, and it was. I'm like, why are they reminding me about this pink chakra? They kept saying pink chakra. I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Wow. I mean. Okay, I'll breathe now. Bye.
Mine just lit up. It lit up big time.
Woo!
Wow. Wow. I feel like they all cleared, all the chakras cleared, and then that just lit up. So thank you so much.
You have these techniques now. You absolutely have these techniques. You can use these techniques at any point in time. If you're sitting at your desk at work, hey, totally cool. You don't. To me, if I'm feeling a little stress or if I feel my breath shorten and I'm feeling a little tense, then I'm going, all right, we'll just chill for a second. Take a couple of deep breaths. Yeah, that's right. And a couple of breaths, and I'm like, back to kicking ass.
That was it, Will. I'm sorry to interrupt you. That was the thing I was trying to remember that Michelle had said earlier that, you know, this whole thing we've been taught all of our lives, and I think every one of us have heard that count to 10. Before you get mad, before you say something you regret, count to 10. How many times have we grown up learning count to 10? And what they're really saying to you is breathe. Breathe. And just recalibrate your frequency. And realize you can change your entire timeline in those couple of seconds. And that's what came to me today. Was they were telling me that very same thing this morning about breathing, about in that 17, just like Abraham says, in that 17 seconds, in 68 seconds, that's 1 minute and 8 seconds, you can change your entire timeline. And we all know this because you can decide in that 1 minute how you're going to react, what you're going to say. If I say this, it's going to turn out this way. If I say this, it's going to turn out that way. And you've got 68 seconds to decide, are you going to go uphill or are you going to go downhill? Because once you let the 68 seconds go by, it's kind of hard to climb back up or come back down.
That's why it's so much easier if we think with our heart instead of our head.
Yes. And breathe.
So I felt a huge difference between my own energy and when we added the Reiki,
Oh,
or I
yes, good
added
point.
Holy Fire and the Master symbol. So, like the first time we did it, my hands with my own energy alone, it was like a vortex in the center of my palm, right, on both hands. And then when I did the Reiki, my hands like became like lightsabers of energy, and they were pulsing like way beyond my fingertips, like kind of like you would use for psychic surgery. Well, like Reiki fingers. So there's a marked difference between the two energies. The second time we did it in the heart space, or in the third eye to the throat with the mantra, I went from having a headache every time I breathed into like a third eye headache, like it was really agitated, painful. when I added Reiki to that, it smoothed out and my body relaxed and there was no pain with it.
I'm so happy you said that, Michelle, about the difference because I did forget to mention it, to address that the difference between, yes, engaging it and disengaging it, and that the effect was profound, but what was even more profound for me, it was the control of being able to do that, of being able to turn it on and off like that, was amazing to me. And then to feel the difference in the effect of turning it on and off, that was really kind of life-changing for me. That's pretty powerful.
How did you feel in your crown chakras or your head when you had to breathe through your crown chakra? Did you guys feel anything, or like yeah?
I had a vortex.
I saw. I physically felt the air, the air coming in and out. It was really cool. And when I opened my eyes, I saw a different reflection of myself, which was strange. Didn't know what
That's
that
right.
was.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's cool. That's cool.
That's really cool, because I mean, I could feel that too, like I could actually sort of like visualize, like almost sort of see my breath coming like out of my crown chakra. That was really cool, like sort of like little waves kind of thing. But that's really cool, Caroline.
Yeah, that's why. And then when Will said through the throat, then he actually physically felt going through it. It was, but it wasn't pink. I saw it as kind of bluish, whitish. See my avatar, something like that color. That's how I saw it.
I didn't see any color.
Okay.
And I did see colors at different intervals during different parts of the exercises. It was almost like it was maybe I was almost like seeing the colors of the energy or something.
Nice.
In my mind's eye, I mean, not not in the room, but in my mind's eye, it was like at different times, it was like I could see colors actually like coming out of like my body, like my crown chakra and my heart chakra and my my hands, especially turning on the energy out of my hands. It was almost like it was an electric shock feeling of very electric, very. I guess that's what energy feels like electricity.
I felt tinglings in my feet, and crown chakra, and third eye.
Yes. I was astounded when he said to turn on the energy and to turn it off, how I could feel like a surge of energy go right through my body, like almost like
Yeah, right.
you know how like when you get scared all of a sudden, it was like whoosh like that. I was like, oh wow, that was cool. Like I can do that. I can turn it on and off. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
exactly.
I'm going to read some of Harris's comments. He made some really, really great comments. So Harris uses his breath and intentful breathing whenever he feels like he's in a lower vibration, when he's not heart-centered. So when if he's thinking about anything survival, or he's angry or a little frustrated or anything, we're all human and we think of those things sometimes. And so he concentrates on his breathing and it brings him back up to a higher dimension, a higher timeline. Exactly. And I'm sure it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it, Harris? And
also what he explains about the pain thing, both of those things I was taught going to pain counseling for my back injury. And that's one of the ways that I still deal with excessive pain is breathing. So it's a great way to deal with that.
Well, and I'll remind anybody who may
Lamaze.
not be aware of Lamaze, and Lamaze is breathing through the pain of childbirth, guys. And
Exactly what it is.
I kind of relate the two actually because it is lower back pain for me.
Yeah, it's the same.
And it works. I'm one of those moms who can attest to Lamaze because I actually had no drugs at either of my childbirth, and I mean none. And
yeah, I didn't with my second one, and it made a huge difference in how the child reacted too afterward.
And I think that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons I did it too, is because back then we didn't really know what the drugs affected, how it affected the babies at the time. So I just decided not to, and decided to do Lamaze. But that's what it is. And I have to say, Will, too, I was having some discomfort in different places just from muscle strain and doing different things, and I feel wonderful right now.
Yeah, you're busy moving, so this whole exercise has probably done you really a world of good.
It's just been really good, really good.
Okay, so I'm going to read what Harris said word for word, even though we touched on the topic. He says, I even use it as opposed to feeling pain or stress, and I enjoy the wonderful life oxygen prana instead. It can make you a superhuman. I totally agree. I love and enjoy the breathing out exercise with awareness in the heart chakra. Wow. You felt great releasing with joy. Releasing with joy, exactly. That is the best way to release. With gratitude and joy, you just, you let it go. And to me, whether you consciously let it go or because we're bringing in the awesome, there's just no more room for that stuff. It just goes by itself. And you're going, oh, look at that go. Isn't that pretty? It's leaving like a butterfly. Totally amazing. To me, this is why I love running. Because when I run, I'm breathing deep all the time. And that's where I get a lot of my messages. I'm in a meditative and channeling state most of the time when I run. And if I'm doing anything that's extremely long distance, half Ironman or Ironman triathlon, you have to breathe anyway. But conscious breathing and breathing through the pain. And because trust me, if you're doing a half Iron or a full Ironman, you're going to experience pain. And you breathe through it. You breathe through the various parts of your body. And to me, I send Reiki energy to me and everybody else, but I breathe the Reiki through each of my cells while I'm doing a full Ironman.
And can I add one of the things you just taught us about breathing in and out through our different appendages works great for wherever your pain is. Remember that you need to breathe out and in the appendage that is closest to your pain. That allows it to escape.
Yes. Very cool. Thanks, Val.
Actually, I have experienced it. Like when you are letting go of something, it's like sometimes I just feel an energy which is very very heavy around my heart chakra, and when I try to let go of it, sometimes I say I let go of the fear, but it doesn't let go, and then I find out that it's just it might be worry or pain, and then when I say I let go of the pain, then it goes away.
Okay.
I have that experience with that. It's like every energy which comes up around the heart chakra. It's like it has a signature, like you have to release that code. I have experienced it like that.
Yes. Okay, bye, Carolina.
Bye-bye. Love ya.
Love you too.
Bye,
Thanks
Carolina.
for joining. So might I suggest, Omran, that instead of taking the time to try to identify if you're doing a breathing exercise, if you feel something heavy, if you know what it is, cool, identify it and release it.
Mm.
But you can also say something like, I release all that no longer serves me. And hopefully everything will release. Or you can concentrate on just the positive. I breathe in all the awesomeness. During our exercises, we didn't necessarily concentrate on releasing anything. But it was tough to hold on to anything negative during that, wasn't it?
Yeah, right. And as you said the first sentence, I I actually got lighter in my chest area.
Nice.
Yeah, so thank you for that. Yeah, I will do that.
Nice.
Yeah, and one more thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. It's around the crown chakra. I felt like an energy, like vortex, something that was whirling and rotating around my crown chakra. It was a little like when you are channeling, and it came and then it just, yeah, it was gone. I don't know what that was. It's like it happens to me sometimes, but this time it happened too when I did the breathing through the crown chakra.
Cool, huh?
Yeah. If it wants to start talking, let it talk.
I had the same thing happen. That's the fun part about like meditating. Like you really notice energies. You start to notice the energies, and they're very cool. So actually, I was gonna just like reiterate in a different way also the idea of letting go of things without having to know what they are. You know, just not needing to attach words or label to whatever is blocking you. Just being willing to whatever it is in my way, I willingly let it go. You know, am I ready to release this even though I don't know what it is? Hell yes, please take it. You know, that's my way. That's not everyone's way, but that is my way.
Cool.
I want you to know they want me to say this, is that during our breathing exercises, the more time you stay in the now with your breath, no matter what the exercises are, you are releasing karmic debt.
Oh, sweet.
You are experiencing you're prolonging the time that you have no karmic debt. Okay? Because when you're in the now, you can't accumulate karmic debt, and karmic debt doesn't exist for you because now only exists.
That's nice.
I love
That's
that.
nice of you. Yeah,
I like that. Mm-hmm.
And we don't care what karmic debt got cleared. We're just going, yeah, this now rocks. And that mentality right there, this now rocks, I'm going to continue this now, is built up a whole bunch of those lessons that you didn't learn correctly the first time. And you're just going, bye. It's the simplest way to do it.
Hello, Will. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Sarah.
Hello.
I just want to tell you, I was watching you guys on YouTube and following the last breathing exercise. And my God, I'm still buzzing all over. It started, like, even though you didn't say it, I was starting to breathe through, like you said, every pore, but then every chakra as well at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And it got all over the galaxy, and not just this one. It's, where the central galactic sun is and different galaxies. I saw so many things, and I'm like, wow, what's going on?
What's going on?
That's cool.
It's really awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm still buzzing. Different parts of my head, it's awakening at the moment. It's so funny.
Good.
Oh, I'm so glad, Sarah. I'm so glad you came in and shared that. That's awesome.
That leads me to, if you guys are game, if you'd like to do another set of experiments,
Cool.
what I would love to do is, for half of it, I'll kick it off with a minute, and then I'd like to turn it over to, are you there? I'd like to turn it over to Wendy and allow whomever it is to talk through either some breathing exercises. And Wendy, what I want you to pay attention to is, how is your connection with this entity changing? How, is it enhanced? Is it less enhanced? And is there somebody new that wants to talk? I'm not sure. And that's the same experiment with you, Sarah.
Oh, dude, there's no pressure there.
No? You two are the two that are like, oh, galactic language, then bam, and
I'm off for. Oh, I'm all for it. You bet, baby. Hey, you know me, I can talk galactic languages all day.
Are you up for that, Sarah?
Okay, if it works. We'll see what happens.
She says, what? What?
Exactly. We'll see what happens. That's what this is all about. That's what our life is all about. We'll see what happens.
Ain't that the truth?
I mean, I just walked in, you know.
I know.
Like, hey,
you did the last experiment.
You know what I like too, though, is that this just proves, though, to those out there who are watching or who will watch later, in that this stuff works, in that you don't need to be here in the group with us today, but we're still sharing the energy, and you're still receiving this energy in this now, because you're watching it now. Whenever you're watching it now. So you're going to get this energy now. So I love that she was able to come in here and express that she was felt that watching it on YouTube, and then being able to come in and then hop in and share that, I think is really cool.
It is. It's totally cool. She's right on time. Okay, so let's jump in again. So let's
you just tell us what we're supposed to do and when. So.
Yep. Well, your name is Wendy. So when I say, Wendy, your turn, or Wendy, go.
I just start just talking.
Then you're on. And then
just see what happens.
Exactly. Just see what happens. And Wendy, I'll let you transfer over to Sarah. Would you like that, or would you rather just have them say namaste or much love or blessings and all that?
Yeah, I think we'll probably know. And then sometimes too, we tend to, when Sarah and I tend to get going too, we tend to banter. So.
Hey, if that's what happens, that's what happens. I believe Sarah knows how to unmute while she's in a channeling state. Yeah, they haven't told me what I'm going to do yet, but hey, we'll do it. Okay, so if everyone were to get relaxed, I'm going to breathe in and breathe out. Okay, so there's one little exercise they want done first. Okay, so breathe in and exhale. Breathing in. Let's focus our awareness on our heart center. And using no energy and only our breath, and our awareness. Let's breathe in. Breathe in our entire essence. Bring it into one point in our heart center. And then when we breathe out, breathe it back out to its normal state. Breathing in, into one spot, a singularity, and hold your breath. And exhale, back out to its normal state. Breathing in, as you breathe in, continue to go to singularity. And as you breathe out, continue expansion. Notice anything that is relevant for this now. In any past life, or in any now, in any timeline. If that needs to be celebrated, allow it to be celebrated. If it needs to be cleared, allow it to be cleared. Anything brought into singularity, to unity with Source, is instantly cleared if you wish. So when you breathe it back out into your full essence, it is no longer there. It is as simple as breathing. Every breath is a new breath. Every breath in is your connection to Source. Every breath is a new now that you create. You are creating your new reality any way that you choose. For your highest good. For your purpose. All that is benefits. All that is celebrates. All that is expands. My divine friend, it is your turn.
Ya tuina malia satinka ya samia mahi turukusana. Ina isotua a palasiana. Hotare koleandere ki turukoma yawali. Yesuna itu ondere palasiana ki turekusoya shuya puya punayana ki turakina. Nishoya ina turakila sunaya puya kushuna. You recognize now the power of your breath, and you recognize now the power you have to change your timelines with your breath. Ni santiantara la una aturu kwapuya shaniatara kima. Ni soya usunopo e shaniatara isa la hina. Mora anturu ashanina. Yasoturu asan. You understand now that you may change who you are by releasing that which you no longer desire back into the ethers of the essence that you are. Breathing back in this new essence, this new life. Niantuya ala intaro kwa poisha tirapala hisananoa katuruasa. Ona situ. Also understanding these are your connections to every universe. Nisoto yushubayenta de kala nisoya sotarasana. Usha, you are the breath of Source, and Source is the breath of you. Imatuya anonoa sashoya nataka. Ohana saturu shopu haturu kusa. Misaturu sunoa. Osa. When Source breathes, it creates you. Imasotore ampala sinata. Ohana satya shoshoya. You are created by the breath of Source. Just as every one of your creations began with your breath. For without your breath, they cannot exist. When you breathe in the now and remain in the now, you are able to see all aspects of your being. You understand that you may spread your breath across existence. And breathe it back in. Ona, reinforcing Nisa, your understanding that what you breathe, Source breathes, and what Source breathes, you breathe. Imatuyu Sha, you are each breathing the same breath. So you are the same heartbeat. Every time you breathe, you send a vision. A life. Inasi hayanasa wasanati tarakoindara kosamala. Nientoya kaipone antarkia kayanati pesa turukoishomahisa. Mishona, you are now understanding the breath is the power of life. Itarinkisa naturushumayi. Itisa saposanati tarakosama alasi tarakansana turukusa. When Source breathes, it breathes light. Isamishanti keansani tarakoya. You are the light of the breath of Source. Ipayenta ishanatika. Ienta kiesama oyana hima koi tarakusana. Isono supuesh sunoti kiatarisina. Each child is birthed in breath. Imatu ikisyana. I ainta susupu esuno tu supu entara ino soturukuasha. Nothing exists without your breath, without your awareness. It is only in the now that you are aware of your creation. Should not be for it only exists now. All of you, all aspects of you exist now. And it's through your breath that you access these other aspects of yourself. Because you are breathing the same breath. They breathe. For they also breathe the same breath of source. Imotui koshame atusu pu aishana hiwa ilisa taraki pu ashoya hisa pala ikahina itaya ina katatakosa pihin shane kaikosa turuku. Shoya somaso posani tarakito. Your breath travels across the timelines. Isanita sapa intarakola sisa. Onatika intarapoa hasana. Planting seeds as the seeds on your planet drift. Koyamosa torokua napila. Inasita rakosa no torokuasi. And set root and grow. Ima onche kesa sopuya sotorokoyama hisataraki. You set in the breath the seeds of creation. Tikamesa tarika wanyaishi awa ilana. You are creators of the universe. You are the creators of the universe, the multiverse. As you breathe, you create. You are the earth, the air, the fire, and the water. As you breathe these in, and they breathe your breath. You are all the same elements. As source, the same breath. The same light. The same power to create. You breathe each other's life. Yes, yes, he said that well. You breathe one another's life. You breathe life into each other. We are one light, we are one breath. We are creation. You are creation. This is your power, your breath. Mahalo. Namaste.
Thank you, Wendy. Did this person identify themselves?
The only word I was given was mother. He said to me, mother.
Yes, Mother God.
Are you ready, Sarah?
I am source. You are source. We are source. We expand. We contract. We are all. We are one. We give life. We receive life. We are the pioneers of our humanity. Of the galaxies, of the stars, and every star in all of the universe. We are of the now. We are all beings within the now. It is our time to connect to all nows, to all of ourselves, to all of our aspects. To create all nows. Whatever your creation is, it is up to you. It is up to me. It is up to all of us in co-creation. Breathe all yourselves into you. Release all cells as you exhale out of you. In every breath, you may connect with all aspects. With every exhale, you may release all aspects. Loving every part of you allows you to connect to all aspects. This is our message. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Much love. Michelle, they're telling me you have information if you'd like to share.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't know what information I have.
Just breathe and let her rip.
Hmm.
It could be a tone. It could be
I
singing.
was just going to say that. I was just going to say that both of those words came in the same thing to my head was sing and sing a tone. That was, I heard those words. Sing a tone.
Oh.
Okay. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Sean, are they talking to you?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm kind of out of it anyway, so
Okay. Thanks for being here. Love you, brother.
I love you all very much.
Love you, Shiny.
Love you, Sean.
Please continue.
1001.
101.
Awesomeness.
I do have like this big huge thing written down from like what I've experienced throughout this whole, epic quest of a hangout that we've been in.
Oh, that's wonderful. Would you share it?
I'd like to hear it, Sean.
Okay, let me just plug in my charger because this is gonna take ages.
We are the masters of that construct called time.
Exactly.
We shall create enough of it to do this.
Okay, is that your notifications, Will? You really must turn that off.
What notification? Something ding?
Oh, you know
This
what?
one?
Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
So like this is like it's a mixture of like my thoughts and experiences from the evening. So I'll just start when we were talking about breathing. I just had a few ideas. Breathing is one thing that connects us all humans. It's a thing that connects all of us. Breathing, it connects us by we all breathe. So that's one thing that like totally connects us. We all breathe, and when we breathe at different rates. Like one person may breathe like 5 times in a minute, another person may breathe 8 times, and etc. etc. Breath lets us breathe life into our own creations that we create. Breath is connected to all things. People have heard one mind, one heart. Well, I say one mind, one heart, and one breath. The circle of life begins with a breath and ends in a breath. Breathing is all things to all people. When we shifted from that to the meditation, when Will said, imagine a square, my rebel self said something that it cannot be repeated, but I imagined a circle, and this circle was around the Milky Way galaxy. So then we kind of like that's what I kind of like what I saw. And then basically when we started doing the meditations, I the meditations, Will said something about I think he might have said selves, but I also think he might have said selves. So when he said let's breathe through all of ourselves, I wasn't quite sure if he said selves or selves, but I interpreted as selves, and I saw a few of myself say no, so I thought that was interesting. My rebel side coming out again. When he said breathe through our hands, I saw like, do you ever seen those Batman movies where Gotham's in trouble and they have the Batman light? Well, basically, I kind of saw two yellowish, whitish beams coming out of my hands, just go through my house up into the sky. So I thought that was interesting. And when we started to do like the chakra breathing meditation, I felt a blockage in my crown chakra. So that was interesting. It was kind of like, if you know what a whoopee cushion is, it's like you sit on it. Well, I felt pressure like going down and then back up and then down and back up. So I thought that's interesting. And when Will said, "I am," he was saying something like "I am," but like all I kept on thinking about is the all is the one, and the one is the all. And then finally, at the end, when Will said he is party pooper, I thought like someone said in my mind, the punch has been spiked, whatever that means.
Totally awesome, Sean. Clearly, I have an ear-to-ear grin here.
Well,
I agree with you, Sean. The punch was spiked.
the
I love
alcoholic.
that he doesn't know what that means.
Oh, I do.
Oh,
The
you
alcoholic-free punch was spiked with alcohol.
That was awesome, Sean. That was
Love
awesome.
that.
So that's like everything I experienced throughout the whole thing. So it's kind of like a mix and match. Take whatever I said, take that and do whatever the hell you want with it.
Cool, Sean.
Absolutely amazing.
Excellent to hear you share it. That was wonderful.
Well, ask and you shall receive.
Are you guys freezing? Are you cold? It's all chilly here.
You know what? That's so funny you said that. I just got done wrapping my big comforter around me
I'm freezing.
because I'm freezing.
Yeah, me too.
We generated
See,
a lot
I
of
just
heat
got
before.
it. Look, I've got
Yes.
this big comforter. I was like, I'm freezing.
No, first it was too hot. I was actually what is called, I was sweating, and then at the last of the meditation, at the end I was just cold. My feet, my hand is just cold. I'm trying to warm it up.
Interesting.
I guess that's the Reiki energy.
Well, I hate to break it to you. At no time during the hangout tonight did I send Reiki or the Holy Fire.
Yeah.
Okay? You are experiencing your power. You are experiencing your breath. If you turned on your personal energy at any point in time, that's you. Okay?
Yeah.
Everything you experienced was you. 100% you. You have this power inside of you. You have this power in your breath and in your intention. That is the entire point of this.
Yeah.
The entire point. You are not dependent on Reiki. You are not dependent on the Holy Fire. The Holy Fire is there for you no matter what. Okay? It is your connection, whether you engage it or not. And with your breath, you are engaging the Holy Fire. It's as simple as that.
Yes. Thank you for that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I was not sending.
Yeah.
That's what made this whole thing so profound for me tonight, was because of that, Will, because it was almost like that you finally begin to realize the true essence of your own power. That was what was so life-changing for me, was to be able to tap into the idea that we say it, even though we hear it, and even though we hear it all the time, and you hear it as channelers, and even the channelers hear it from the entities, yet it doesn't really sink in, I think, that, yep, you really do have that power to turn it on and turn it off. You have the power to control it. You have the power to intend it. You have the power to change your whole reality by breathing.
No drugs, no Reiki, no DMT.
No, nothing.
100% pure awesomeness.
Exactly.
Oh, for the DMT, it will activate like in tons when I'm asleep now. When I go to bed. after
Yep.
this.
because you are remembering it.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You are reaching into another now and bringing that experience into this now. And you can do that with DMT or any experience that you've ever had in any lifetime.
Yeah.
You can actually do that in someone else's life and bring that in. You can go to the Akash and bring back information. We went and sat with Source on every breath. We can do anything. Just unleash it.
That was the whole message I was getting the whole time. The whole time. That's what they were saying.
Much love, Michelle.
Oh, bye, doll.
I actually found a poem written down by Rumi about breath. We could maybe read it. Yeah,
please share.
Yeah, he starts with only breath, not Christian or Jew or Muslim, not Hindu, Buddhist, Sufi or Zen, not any religion or cultural system. I'm not from the East or the West, not out of the ocean or up from the ground, not natural or ethereal, not composed of elements at all. I do not exist. I'm not an entity in this world or in the next. Did not descend from Adam and Eve or any origin story. My place is placeless, a trace of the traceless, neither body or soul. I belong to the beloved, have seen the two worlds as one, and that one called to and now. First, last, outer, inner, only that. Breathing human being. That was, yeah.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, it was.
So perfect for today. And I love Rumi.
Yeah, he was great. He was great. I wish someone channeled him. Yeah, namaste. I wish someone channeled him at a time. He has been great.
Ooh, that would be a good suggestion for a channeling. Ooh, really good.
He has so much to tell us. Or maybe read some poems up for us.
Well, you realize now, though, that just because you breathe those words out, that now it's done now, that somebody will be channeling.
Really. Yeah, exactly.
It is done now. You just breathed it. It's done. It's created.
It's created. It is so. Exactly. Harris says, I'm high on opium right now. He, without using it. Exactly.
I like it.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what this is all about.
I love the term he used. What did he say, Will? What did Harris say about release? What did he call it? What did you say earlier?
Let me scroll up.
Yeah, well, something release.
I use it anytime I've shifted to a lower vibration and use it to get back to a higher frequency. Learning to breathe in a higher dimensional timeline. Breathe deep. And then he said, I even use it as opposed to feeling pain or stress, and I enjoy the wonderful life, oxygen prana instead. It can make you a superhuman. I love and enjoy the breathing out exercise with the awareness on the heart chakra. Felt so great. Wow. And we keep scrolling.
Can you guys hear me?
Does it say you're still here? Aren't you, Harris? Type it again. I don't have a chat box.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I think I remember. Yeah. Releasing with joy.
Yes, that was it. Something like releasing. That was it. Releasing with joy.
Yeah. That was a good one. Thanks, guys. I couldn't talk, but I thank God I can talk now. It's good. It's working fine. This is like a gift for me from Gaia because I think she kind of allotted me to be here and to come receive and to come give life and receive life as well. So this has been really really wonderful for me. I was actually before this I was actually the idea was coming to me that I wanted to go into some deep breathing to really get onto some other higher dimension that I wanted to get to. And I was like, okay, I'm working that tomorrow. And then this just came up, and I'm right there right now. I'm so pleased. Thanking all of you. Thank you, Diane, as well. So,
You're welcome. You co-created it.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, me.
Yay, Harris.
All right, guys. Stay blessed. All right.
Thank you, Harris. So good to be in your energy again. It's been a while.
So, Wendy, tell us how it felt while you were channeling and talking both in English and in what language was that?
Well, I'm really not sure. And now that I'm starting to think about it, I'm not sure.
I'll have to go back.
What were we gonna say?
I'll have to go back and listen.
And I think a lot of times too, the language, I don't know, sometimes the entity and the language, it's almost like I'm translating through the language, but it has nothing to do with the entity. I'm not quite even sure that even makes sense, but I don't know. It's almost like the language is the conduit. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's almost like the tool, not the. I'm not quite sure even how I'm even explaining it. It just felt like I was talking to like what was talking was this like the energy of source that I don't even really know how else to describe it. I mean, it was like the creation talking about how to create with the breath. I don't even know how else to explain it. All I was seeing was light.
Do you need to improve on that?
It was like light was talking. I don't know. How does one explain that?
Exactly.
Well, light was talking to me, and this is what it said. Because that's how, but I mean, that's how it is feels sometimes, is it? And sometimes it's just that whole collective energy of, I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I think it's like, it's almost as if the energy is speaking and it's being translated through this collective of divine entities that are represented as the emissaries of the light, but they're representations of like every dimension and every civilization, and it's almost like they're collectively sort of explaining what to say, sort of a thing. It's a little difficult to, and then it's sort of, so it comes out in a light language, which I'm not even sure really belongs to any particular thing, place, I'm not sure. I would love to know more myself. I ask a lot, and basically they're telling me even now, well, that's kind of what it is. It's sort of a representation of every dimension and every idea, but it's all the same thing. See, this is what they're saying. It's like it's all the same thing, It's us See, I go right into it. They're telling me they're like, you guys are the ones who need the explanation. You're the ones who need to identify it. That's what they're saying. You need to identify everything. You need to label everything. He said to you so. They're like, sometimes you said to Kusha, so they're saying, okay, when you did the exercise about the box and picturing a box and then to put your problems in it, well, my box actually was funny. It was really, really tiny, so I thought, well, that's good. Maybe I perceive myself as not having very many problems. But anyway, because I was like, oh, well, that's good. But anyway, but it was like, that's what they're saying. It's like, okay, like if it doesn't fit into a box, into a label, and you guys can't like figure it out, and like you get all discombobulated because you can't identify something. They're like, it's almost comical because they're like, yeah, if you can't put a name to it. But and then when Sarah came in and it's like, yes, this is what they're trying to say is, okay, it's just source talking, guys. It's mother creation. It's source. It's the light. It's the first light. That's who's talking. It's the representation of everything. The representation of all that is.
Nice. Thank you for that. Well, is there any suggestions for how to start talking light language if I am a starter?
Well, being here tonight is the first part of it, and second is intention, telling me that's it, breathing, just breathing to the world that this is something you want. Yeah. And then after that, allowing the synchronicities and your joy to put those people and places in your path that will bring you to that creation of speaking the light languages, listening to other people's light languages, joining all of these hangouts where people are talking light languages. I'm happy to send me an email. You want to talk and hang out and talk galactic languages? Shoot, you just let me know. I'll talk to you.
Do that. Yeah,
I'll talk to you.
I have actually watched. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. So yeah, just reaching out and listening to some of the previous hangouts and webinars of the language gyms, and yeah, all of it. If it excites you, yeah, go for it, and it'll happen. You'll turn on your computer, and synchronicity will have it that in today's recommendations for you will be some light language video, and you'll be like, oh wow, let me check that out.
I always do. Yeah.
So there you go. So that's how that works. So but yeah, just by your intention, that's really the best. The first step is saying you want it and opening your heart, mind to it. And it's all about the heart. It really is not about thinking about it. It's not about trying and thinking, oh, how do I speak? Because it doesn't come from there. It comes from inside your solar plexus and your heart chakra. That's where it comes from. And so, yeah, you're already. Yeah, you're there. I mean, you're already. You've already taken that first step.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about it, so that ruins it a little. So I'm thinking about it if it comes out as it should be, because I think that I thought there were words, and I saw another video of another one who was talking light language, and then he said, well, they have no words for like we do here. It's just like codes. There is feelings in it, and you have to like decode these feelings somehow.
That's what I'm doing that's exactly what I do every single day with light languages. I try to convey to the world by videos in the languages what I think they're trying to say. That's the only thing that can explain it. I'm not saying I'm speaking their words. I don't know. I just know I'm saying what I think I'm hearing, and what I'm feeling. It's a feeling, and and now I'm starting to get it. Like I'm starting to get
Yeah.
like I have like days and days and days and days of downloads. Like I could sit if I were to try to write it all down, it would take me probably a year to write it all down.
Yeah.
You know, it comes in just big information packages, sort of, and but you'll just start speaking it all like the rest of us. It just sort of comes out because your heart is open, and all of a sudden you're hearing it or you're thinking about it. Try it on your own when you're by yourself. That's the best way to let it flow, because then you have there's no resistance, because nobody's listening, and just let it flow by yourself if you feel more comfortable. And yeah, it's like right there. It's sort of like right there in like your heart place, you know.
Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, thank you for that. I have actually written down some things that came through. It was like symbols. First I thought it was it didn't make any sense, and then I saw that it actually looked like the scripts, light language scripts others had written down.
Oh yes, many of us do. I write light language scripts too. Many people post their light language scripts, online. Actually, we've got a little community that's set up for galactic art and script, where many of us who write these new galactic symbols. Yeah, so we encourage you to do that as well, because looking and writing those symbols is actually activating your galactic languages as well.
Yeah, cool. I posted some on my Google Plus to see if anyone could recognize it. I will send the link here. Maybe you know which language it belongs to.
Perhaps. I don't even know most of the languages that belong to the ones I write.
Yeah.
Some I do. Some of them I do. They tell me, but some of them I really don't have any idea.
Yeah. Okay.
You could have a private session with Jim, and he'll channel whomever. And
yes, that's true too. I've been wanting to do the same thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, well, my computer's now crawling because I clicked on your link.
Sorry for that.
No, I love the little being you have in the script. There's a being on the first picture, and he's telling you about himself in that script. But he also wanted you to know what he looks like, which is very interesting.
Okay. Which one is that?
The first picture.
The first picture. Okay.
That's the being.
Okay, so there we go.
Yeah, that's it. That's a being. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. That's cool.
Wow.
So I'm sharing the screen now.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah, I have done a lot of this, but I didn't know there were messages like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's totally a being. What the heck?
It looks like a heart to me. But yeah, that's.
I actually draw 5 beings first, and then I filled it up with others. So.
Yeah, they're telling you about themselves in your language.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, these are really nice.
Wow.
I love looking at that stuff too. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, anytime you want to hang out, and anytime that we're having events, just keep an eye out.
Yeah, I did love to do that, because it's been a year I have written these things down, but I didn't pay attention to it. I just thought it was, well, that's look nice, and then I went on.
You didn't think it was your galactic families talking to you, did you?
Not at all. I didn't have a clue what galactic family was.
Yeah,
thought,
most of us didn't.
yeah. So I thought, oh, okay, cool, yeah. But yeah, it was.
Well, that's very exciting. See, now you know another reason why you came tonight, so that you could share all these other, other ideas, so that you could find out that many of us have these same joys. So yay!
Yeah,
Good
it's.
night, Harris.
Thanks for joining, Harris.
Good night, Harris.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'd like to. Go ahead.
Good night, y'all. Good night, y'all. Thank you so much. I love you all.
Love you.
Love
Glad you
you.
came.
Good night. Good night,
Good
Harris.
night.
Nice to meet you.
So yes, gratitude for everyone in Europe
Yes.
who is still here.
Yes, Sean.
Oh,
Thank
Sean,
you.
it's your bedtime too.
Yeah, I said I know it's really late for Sean.
It's
Yeah,
early.
and
It's tomorrow.
it's 4 o'clock there, Sean, right? In Ireland.
Yes, they are in Ireland. Yes,
Harris said 5 o'clock.
Yeah, Harris
five.
is
Oh,
5.
yikes.
Yeah, it's also 5 here in Denmark.
Oh,
Oh,
you're in
you're in
Denmark.
Denmark, Amr? I
Oh,
didn't
bless
know
you.
that.
Yeah, I'm in Denmark.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I'm in the United States, obviously. Well, not obviously, but I'm in the States.
Yeah, it's we have to be up late, but we love to be here with you guys, so we just skip the sleeping time.
That's another thing I will try also, because I really want to do some more hangouts once my life gets a little bit in a more normal routine. But I
Yeah,
like to stagger the times too, so that if I do them earlier, it's a little easier for people in Europe.
yeah, that would be Jim, their webinar is on Saturday. It's like
Yes.
4
Yes.
4 a.m. like 4 in afternoon. It's like, yeah, and that's good for us
Oh,
because
that's a good
it's not
time for
late.
you. Okay, good.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
good for me to know then, because mornings,
Yeah,
for me, morning is a good time for me. So that would be a
yeah,
good time for me to do hangouts for people who want in Europe who want to pick it up. So thank you. I appreciate that information.
yeah. Thank you too. You're welcome. Well, yeah, it's. I actually saw
Wow.
another one. That's this one. I thought it was weird, and then I thought, whoa,
I
I
love
just.
it.
Yes, I'm very happy that you're sharing your drawings too with us. It's wonderful.
It's
No, no
gorgeous.
problem.
He's a happy guy, that one.
Really, okay.
Yeah.
He looks godly.
Yeah, and he has a beard too, but his message is in galactic language. He has a beard, and he has a bit of, it looks a bit of a crown on his head.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, Sarah, I'm not even looking at the picture,
Forehead.
and I was just going to ask you, is he a king?
Yeah, he looks like a king.
See, and I'm not even looking at the picture.
He looks like a king, but he's a very happy king.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
And he has energy coming out of his, the top circle of his crown. There's like energy going upward.
Hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
And I love that the center, it almost looks like a whole nother being in the center. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like his upper third eye. Remember,
Wow.
Will, you were telling me about the 3 eyes on the third eye?
Yes. The third eye, the
It
fourth
looks like
eye, and
it's,
the fifth eye.
Wow.
yeah,
Yes.
it's his fifth eye, and there's energy coming out of
Yeah.
it, shooting out.
Look at that.
It's the angel chakra, I think. I don't know. It's the fifth eye. I have to do
The fifth
research on
eye,
that.
yeah. And then energy's coming out of his auric field on the sides of what looks like his crown.
Hmm.
That's what I see, at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a happy guy.
He is. He is.
It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I have thought about doing it like with geometry, with sacred geometries, and just creating that sacred geometry and read the scripts in the geometries and beside it. I thought
Oh
it
yeah,
would
you.
look cool.
I do a lot of sacred geometry. You
Yeah.
definitely have to check out some of my light language writings too, because I was just gonna say I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you about that if you did any other. I start to see like people and how they use their gifts in the future, if you want to call it the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So as soon as I
Yeah.
start to see somebody and I start to see what their gifts are, I start to see like timelines of how they're using them in different timelines. And
Uh-huh.
so I often will see people who do drawings like that. I will see the person actually doing like readings, like readings with their drawings with and as like an energy reading for the person, and that you're drawing specifically for that person. I see that with a lot of people. I see it with Michelle, both Michelle's. I see it, I see it. So I just get this glimpse of
Wow.
I get this glimpse of you actually doing these drawings for people.
Wow. Wow. That's so good to hear. Nice to hear. Yeah. Wow. Thanks for that.
I mean, it's like you could actually do it for, you love it, it's what you do, but you could do it for a living. I mean, you actually could take that into, weren't you the one who
Yeah.
we're talking about doing things in coffee shops?
A coffee shop.
Was it you? Maybe it was someone else. Anyway, I thought
No, it
perhaps
was
it was
not
you.
me. I
Anyway.
don't think it was. Yeah.
You could you could easily do that. I mean, if you like going to coffee shops, you could sit there at a coffee shop and you can sit there and start drawing, and then
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And somehow
Yeah.
maybe that's why I brought up coffee shop, because somehow maybe that's what I saw was you drawing in a coffee shop for somebody, but people are actually like donating money or giving you money to actually draw these energies, these beings but somehow they're like directly related to that person. Like, it's like, and then you're also doing your galactic language, like symbols, but they're for that person. It's like you're doing like their little energy reading, and I don't know, it all just
Yeah.
came, it like all came to me in my mind. I'm like seeing you doing this with people, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Were
understand
you
it. It
around,
makes sense.
uh, Amran, were you
Yeah.
around anyone when you drew those?
Oh.
If I'm what?
If you were around, was anyone around you at the time you were drawing
E-
those?
No, I were alone during that time.
Okay.
I was at my room, but I definitely felt others around me. So I feel them, but I
Okay.
don't know who it is.
Well, at the moment, I'm getting they're your guides.
Okay. Yeah.
Ah, that makes sense actually.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
And actually, to concur with what Wendy said about you drawing for people, I'm getting you will be able to draw this uh, for them, and it would be their guides or other beings that are around them. That's what I'm
Yes,
getting.
that's exactly what I got, Sarah. That's exactly what they said. Like it had to do with those people's energy. It was like their people, yeah, like little beings that are around them. But yeah, and the same thing with me.
wow.
But and somehow the galactic languages and speaking them, which they're telling me they're giving this. See, we're all teachers and students at the same time. So I'm getting the same information for me as I'm getting for you. You have to understand that.
Yeah.
So, so I'm kind of excited about this myself. So it's not just for you, it's for me too. But they're saying the same thing about the galactic languages, that you will also be able to add the languages, the spoken ones, with the writing, with the drawing, and
Wow. Wow.
so yeah,
That's
it's kind of like a little sort of like a whole energetic kind of a personal reading and that, but you have the gift of being able to give that reading a visualization that even I can't do because I don't draw like that. I do the symbols and I get that kind of information, but I can't draw like that.
Amran, is a name
Yeah.
popping into your head at the moment of the last figure that you gave
The
us?
one with the head, right?
Yes, the one with the hat.
Not really, but I was actually, now I remember it, I think I was actually reading or talking, no, yeah, I was doing some galactic language. Yeah, I was talking it for myself while I did it, as far as I remember.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, and I thought, yeah, I just thought, well, let's do this, and and I was just right before I
Would
went
you?
to bed, I thought I will do this.
Can you connect to the sound that you did for that being while you were drawing them?
Oh, I
Just
don't
to make the
remember.
sounds of it.
Well, a sound came to my head right now.
Yes. Can you speak it out loud, please?
Yeah, sure. It's a simple one, I believe. It's just just that one. I think here's,
That sound.
I don't know.
Is another one coming to you?
It's different. I don't know.
Let's hear it.
Is it it's it's different sounds.
Yeah, that's okay. I can hear him talking to you.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So just speak out what you're hearing.
It's like, I don't know if it's true. It's like, if it's right. It's like
Yep.
it's like that, right?
Yes, that's exactly what he sounds like.
Yeah, that's what that just came through me. I, well, I never thought I could do that.
Very good.
That was really good. Very good. That was a great idea, Sarah.
Yeah. Well.
Keep going if you feel it.
Well.
Yeah,
Well,
go ahead. I mean, go ahead.
Still
You'll.
here. The
Mm-hmm.
bean
Oh,
is
there's.
still here.
Oh yeah, he's still here.
Wow. That's so cool.
Anything else is he saying?
Well, gotta listen. Ano, something like that.
Keep going.
Nahana ki o nahana I nahakana u anate wa.
Sarah and I both speak that language, Amran.
Kiyata uto kiyasako
Wow.
anioko nuko tiyasonoko.
Wow. Really? I thought it was nonsense when
No,
I
we both.
spoke
As
it.
soon as you started to speak it, I said, "Well, Sarah and I both speak that. Go ahead."
Keep
Keep
going.
going.
Oh, thank you.
Anuha tu
That's a big
ashuna
relief.
atu inko ashuma akani to otoranga shianatu akusa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's
Exactly.
what's
Well,
coming to my
respond in the language.
Yeah,
Respond,
Yeah, don't say
please.
exactly in English. Say it in the language.
yeah, I should I should do that. Yeah. Well, let me see what's coming through now. Should I just let it go?
Yes.
Okay. Anake anashuto onaka na ashaka nakata ashua katana eno koto shuhana eha naka ana e ena ana shu uno ka a.
Shunukaya isa ka luto eseneke otaya asuluto iyataha.
Anetaka. Yeah.
This is a dialect of Syrian.
Yep, I could hear it. He's saying I was getting kind of bits and pieces. I was hearing and then Sarah said back to him, it's a pleasure to I think she said it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming. He's saying he's introducing himself. He's saying thank you for inviting me. It feels good to it feels good to be able to speak to you in this way.
Wow, thank you, wow. I never thought that someone could channel like that.
Yeah, he calls himself Anukuana Kisa Kahanatuha. Do you get a name or anything? I don't want to put it in your head for you.
No.
Anukanata. Kuya Bonda Kia Sarukoemba Shan Nantukundu Ashiniana. Andukwashanasarasi. I just want to see if you're feeling anything. Yeah, no. He's pretty happy.
Really? That makes me happy. Did he say his name? Or?
You spoke his name already.
Really? Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow.
Speak it again.
Okay. Anushka na e naka naka ta e shuku to o no a naka ana e taka e shu no o to o no ko o ne aha naka.
Yeah, I keep getting it too. He said it again, didn't he, Sarah? Isn't it like nakanate? Nakanatea. That's what I kept getting, that he kept saying. I think he kept saying, hello, I am Kanatea. It is good to be here. It is good to speak to you in this way. I am Kanatea. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, that might be. Yeah.
Does that sound right, you guys? Does that sound good, right to you, Amran? Nakanatea?
It does actually.
Okay.
Wow. Syrians. I knew there were some Syrians involved in these scripts. I actually felt there were Syrians. Yeah, but I wasn't sure like that. I doubted it a lot.
Well, and that's one of the, sometimes I hesitate to say anything because we don't, sometimes whoever, they don't want to put things in your mind, they want to draw it from you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so because it needs to come from your own instinct and you know, Nikahinto Kuampunta Hinkaishanawa Isunu Hakunda Dikosuno to Guen Shapango Shaniatariki Ayawasuna. They're just basically saying that you are, as you're raising your frequency and now that you've been speaking the language on your own too, you're connecting. And now you're finding us, your family. They said Isa Tukoyan Paishina, that's why you've been guided here tonight to find your family.
Wow. I'm grateful for that. I have been searching for them a lot. I actually felt their energies when last week I went to go to walk in the trees in the jungle, and then when I came back I just spoke the language all the way home. I just let it come, and then I felt just mysterious energies right coming out of me, and I felt I was connecting to something I didn't know, the energies, but it felt familiar, but just
Yes. And that's actually when I
Very
first
good.
started speaking as well. It was in the trees. It was in the forest when I very first started as well. And Sean here, Shiny Sean, who's with us as well. I don't know if he wants to speak it. He also speaks that language. So everyone who's in this room right now, at least among us, and I can't speak for Will, but the rest of us all speak that language. And I know if Will wanted to, he could.
What language is it?
It's a dialect of Syrian.
Okay.
Yeah. Sean's sleeping.
Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry,
not.
Shawnee. I know
You
it's
know?
late or early, whatever. It's
Do I
early in the
look like I'm
morning.
sleeping?
Oh, Sean, you got a haircut. Look at you. Looking all dapper.
You get
There you
2 today.
He's really shiny now. Hey.
Yes.
Namaste. Namaste to all.
Imatuka yenta
Namaste
kunda
to
ban
you.
shinato. Into hambu kwashana kia yinda rakisto no akasona.
I don't know who that was directed to. Yes, you in the audience, the number 12 viewer, that was directed to you.
I was actually encouraging Sean to talk to Amran in galactic language. That was what that was for.
Sean, you deceived me.
Well, the galactic language has different messages. It's not just one main message, it has multiple messages, and depending on your vibration, you receive different messages. So, if I look at this time next week, I could be like, oh my god, Wendy just said, go and get that spot looked at, or whatever.
Go get that spot. Go get a sponge and clean it.
But in like a month time, I can say, "Oh my God, Wendy was just talking about the keys to heaven, and like fifth dimensional reality, time vortexes spiraling out of control." What?
Oh wait, but with our breath, we can bring it back into control.
I love. Well,
Yeah,
Sue,
with
I
the
like
breath,
I like the idea of talking about the keys to heaven.
We already did.
Yeah, isn't it the breath, Will?
Yes. Well, did Makiko say that earlier? It's the keys to another realm.
You are the key.
Yes.
There's only one key, and that's you.
And there's only one realm, and that's you.
Nice.
And even the door, that's you.
Yes. As it hits you in your butt on the way out.
Yeah, ain't that a kick in the pants? You're out of the door and the butt.
Exactly. Okay, I think it's time to stop the live broadcast, and we can continue the after party if we choose. Does anyone want to say any blessings? I think we should have Amran do all the blessings.
Oh,
Yes,
this is my first.
Ooh, what a good idea!
This is my first time I have ever done a blessing.
Oh, yay! Let it roll.
Well, it will be an honor. Should it be in light language?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever language
exactly
that comes out of your heart.
Well, yeah. Okay. Anakashatwa kana e naka anaka na teshua nakata e no kwa naka e to hua nakasha nata e na katanasha na kata e sho. Well, I may all of your lives, all of your days be with love. May you all live happily. after ever, as they say in the fairies. May you all be drunk in love and live in love every day.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
That was awesome.
Yes,
Thank you.
great.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So thank you for joining. Again, this has been the Holy Fire Hangout, the breath of life. And you see the power of the breath of life, what it has done. And my name is Will Mitchell. I'm a Reiki Master Teacher in Austin, Texas. Thanks for joining. Unlimit yourself, just like we did tonight. Namaste. Thanks for coming.